All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for a couple of real people out there, just like you there, and just like me here. So it appears that Alex Van Halen is probably done as a musician. He's all done, sold all his stuff. Pretty incredible what's going on there. Before I get to Alex Van Halen and what Michael Anthony had to say about this, couple of housekeeping things. I do another channel. I have another channel here on YouTube that yesterday was given a strike, and I'm not able to post on that channel. I think, unless I'm mistaken, I now have two strikes over there, and I'm not sure if the first strike was forgiven, but I'm basically one strike away from them just pulling the channel down completely. So I was posting about some medical misinformation, right? According to them. And it's crazy how they trust certain global organizations to provide accurate information about what's been going on in the world today. I'm just flabbergasted. And this is a little scary because I'm closing in on 80,000 subscribers, which I never thought could possibly happen over here. I've been doing this for about 8 years now. So it's been a very slow and steady progression, but I'm still getting subscribers. Again, thanks to Eric Clapton, a lot of people came over. But I've also noticed in the last 2 or 3 days that nobody is watching. It just like fell off a cliff. I don't know if the two things are related, but I'm very suspicious. It's basically like doing this with an elephant on your back all the time. And I understand some people have strong opinions about comments and certain things that I do on this channel. I don't do live streaming. I don't do super chats. That's just not who I am. I'm not going to spend 3 or 4 hours, sitting on the internet. Um, I could do a show, like a daily show, but I got other stuff going on. So making videos and uploading the videos is still really the best thing for me. Patrons on this channel have kept things going. You would think after Clapton that I would be kind of a big deal, but I'm not. In fact, it's more of a struggle, it seems like. And so, you can only get one of those interviews every so often. And keeping the channel going is up to me and the patrons, me just doing content every day. But censorship is real, okay? That's a form of censorship, okay? We're not going to let you upload videos, which I don't upload a lot of content over there. And there are certain things you just can't talk about. I thought we had probably gotten over that, right? I thought, based on some of the stuff I've seen, certain channels posting the truth about certain numbers, this had to do with insurance companies saying a certain thing, and I don't know, they had a big problem with that. So, their logic, which is crazy, is that if you prevent people from doing what the WHO says to do, then those people are at risk. I'm flabbergasted. It's like the opposite. It's the opposite of that. So I don't know. They trust in the WHO. I trust in Jesus Christ. All right. So that's where we're at there. So yeah, Alex Van Halen. This is let's try to transition over to Alex Van Halen. And I think he's all done as a musician. He's done. And it's really sad. He sold all his gear. Michael Anthony admitted hearing the news was surprising and pretty sad. And this is the end of anything that could have been a tribute. Alex has no interest in a tribute. He may have had some interest a couple of years ago, but we're going on 4 years of Eddie being gone. People forget he passed away in 2020, which, what a year, right? You had the lockdowns and you had the craziness and that election, which some people believe was, I better not say anything. I know they get upset about if you question certain things, and I'm not out here doing that every day. It just I'm a little just I guess I'm a little frazzled after yesterday. Now I'm walking on eggshells with what I can and cannot say. So anyway, 2020 really sucked, right? And we lose Eddie Van Halen that year. But Alex Van Halen not participating in any musical tributes to his younger brother. The 71-year-old drummer is paying uh, homage or homage to Eddie, depending on how you want to say that word, in his own way. He's got a book coming out called Brothers, set for release on October 22nd. It's a love letter to his brother and bandmate. Now, if you know Alex Van Halen, he doesn't really hang out with other people. He just played with his brother. Unless Eddie was a part of it, he wasn't really into it. And this is what Michael Anthony has confirmed. Michael probably knows him better than most people. And there still is some kind of a block between Alex and Sammy Hagar, which I think has to do with the fact that Sammy went completely ballistic on Ed. If you go back and watch, Sticking Up for Mikey or whatever the video is called, at some point somebody should probably take that video down if it's still out there. I mean, I've heard Sammy kind of defend it, and I get where he's coming from at that moment. And then you've got all of these people out there who say a lot of musicians did not like Eddie Van Halen, and that's the reason he hasn't gotten a tribute. But regardless, some of these musicians from the past weren't really nice people, but yet they deserved a tribute because their music was that good. And I was just flabbergasted that the closest thing to an Eddie Van Halen tribute happened at a Foo Fighters concert, right? Just for a couple of songs. And so that's where we're at right now. But the bottom line here is Alex Van Halen appears to be all done. He is not going to be out there playing music anytime soon. He sold all his equipment, and it's just sad, as Michael Anthony has said. So anyway, thought I'd just talk about that for a little bit. Also, if you're looking for some music to listen to, here's Allocate. Has a little bit of a Whitesnake vibe to it, but you can also pick up some Deep Purple and a little bit of Van Halen on here. There's some guitar work that tries to copy the great Eddie Van Halen, maybe a little bit of Richie Blackmore in this as well, and just probably more Whitesnake than anything else, though. But I think people will enjoy it. If you like Van Halen, you probably will like Allocate. So there you have it. And for those of you who want to support this channel to kind of offset what happened to me yesterday, and it would help if people became patrons or did buy me a coffee. I've got a pretty loyal group that is sticking with me, but I lose a few at the beginning of every month. That bill comes due and people go, oh crap, I'm still supporting this guy. I can't do it anymore because, groceries are too expensive or gas prices are high or whatever it is. If you have to air condition a house and you live in the state of Florida, your electric bill probably going to be $200 or $300 a month easily. So I understand if you can't do $1 or $2 a month, I get it. I have a couple of very generous people that have been very consistent in helping me. But, if I'm down to one channel and I'm worried if that channel is going to continue on, I might have to go somewhere else at some point. It's really sad that the people who run these companies don't understand that censorship and controlling people to that degree. I know it's a private business and they set the rules and you're working for them and you have to obey their rules. But, free speech was always a thing here in the United States. And now free speech is becoming not so free. Free if you don't break our rules, free if you don't say the wrong things or talk about the wrong things. I'm not trying to incite anybody on this channel. I'm not doing anything nefarious, like yelling what fire in a crowded theater or something like that. I'm not doing that. I'm just presenting some information to people. And, if that information proves to be incorrect, I'm still able to say what I've said. Um, there are a whole bunch of people in 2020 and 2021 that told us things that turned out not to be true, but there are no repercussions for what they did. And for kids learning and not learning, actually just, learning virtually and all that stuff, people losing their jobs, that's okay. That's all right in the context of all of this. I'm not sure humanity is what it was even just 5 years ago. I'm just in that camp today, feeling a little bit depressed about it. That we go from what we once were, which again needed a lot of work, to where we are now, which is in a place of complete upheaval and turmoil. Yes, there are people walking down the street and they're happy, thank God. But there are a lot of people who feel as though like the walls are closing in. And maybe that's hyperbole and it's overly dramatic. But there are certain days where I wonder, like, how much time does any of this have left? So enjoy some music. Try to spend time with your family. Make sure you pray. There's an old expression, and I'll probably screw it up, but prayer doesn't always change things for you, but sometimes it changes you for things. So think of it that way. All right. God bless everyone. Have a great day.